Steve here. As promised, I am doing a review for Netflix's latest animated series entitled Carmen Sandiego. I've binge watched all 8 episodes, and I thought that I would give my thoughts about what I thought about Carmen Sandiego. Well, for the most part, I really did enjoy this new Carmen Sandiego series. Storylines, they were intriguing. Characters, they were well developed and fleshed out. The animation is pretty neat. Best of all, they didn't forget what their roots were. Carmen Sandiego, they started out as a computer game, and then later a game show was supposed to teach children geography, and they found a way to incorporate those geography lessons into this new series so kids can learn some geography, as well as, I think, some culture and some history. I can see that this show, a lot of time, a lot of love went into making it great, and for the most part, it almost entirely pays off. So let's discuss the elephant in the room. Okay, so if you watched my review of the trailer of this new Carmen Sandiego show, you know that I was not a fan of their decision to turn Carmen Sandiego from the main antagonist of the show into its main hero. I thought that was a 180-degree turn. It was a decision that I just couldn't get behind. And even after watching the show and really, falling in love with it, I still think they missed the mark by turning her into this sort of good girl character. Okay, so in this incarnation, Carmen Sandiego, she's been raised by Vile her entire life. Vile is, of course, the evil criminal organization of international thieves and whatnot. And they've indoctrinated her. They've taught her how to be a master thief. She finds out how evil they are, the damages and the hurt that these thieves can do. She decides to rebel against them, becoming this sort of Robin Hood character, where she will steal from them, stealing from thieves, and then give it to the poor. Meanwhile, she's got these detectives on her trail. They start out as Interpol inspectors, and then later they're Acme agents, and they're trying to capture her because they think that she's an international thief. And that's kind of things that's sort of where things sort of fall apart for me. Whereas, they wanted to make this big fundamental change. Carmen Sandiego is the hero. But at the same time, they wanted to keep elements of the old show intact where, Acme is out to get her. They're out to find her. They're Sherlock Holmes, she's Moriarty, and they're on her trail. And it doesn't really work. We've seen this before. You have a character like Dr. Kimball from The Fugitive. People think he killed his wife, but it was really this one-armed man. And when he escapes custody, he starts going after trying to find the one-armed man. Meanwhile, he has a detective. Detective Gerard is on his trail. So it's an innocent guy trying to escape the law, trying to find the real killers, right? Constantly this with the A-Team where, they were convicted of a crime they didn't commit. They promptly escape. They have a few different characters who chase after them. Meanwhile, they said, hey, let's help out some people. And then they get into crazy adventures. This series tries to do that where, you've got the good girl character. She's going up against these evil guys. Same time, she's got good guys chasing after her. And I think the reason it doesn't work is goes back to The Fugitive, where The Fugitive always maintained his innocence. He said, hey, I didn't commit these crimes. Carmen Sandiego could care less that these other people think she's an international thief. And I just kind of wonder why. She wants to take down Vile because of all the bad things that they do, yet at the same time, it never occurs to her to go contact the police and say, hey, I've got information on Vile, I could help you out. Let me tell you this, this, and that. I can understand why she wouldn't want to come out of the underground, because then she'd be exposed. Vile would find out where she is. Snitches get stitches. But she makes no effort to let anyone else know what she knows about Vile. And that's why it doesn't work. And then later they have a big misunderstanding where the Acme people think that she attacked one of the agents. So now they're really out to get her. And we'll see how that plays in season 2. But for me, that it doesn't work, that she would just let these people think that she's an international criminal. Also, why do they think that she's an international criminal and she's just stealing from thieves? How does that work? I mean, the one of the detectives kind of catches on to what's really going on, and the other one's kind of clueless. But it's sort of like, how are they even finding out about these thefts from thieves? You know, wouldn't that all be underground? You know, you've got some warehouse, you've got some stolen artwork there. Carmen Sandiego robs it. How did they find out that she robbed a warehouse of stolen paintings and whatnot? Who the hell would tell them that? Who would call them up and say, "Hey, she stole this painting that I stole"? And this is just a minor thing, but still, it's like I said, they had a perfectly good formula going, trying to get that Mrs. Moriarty, this woman who was the head of a criminal organization, them trying to find her, but she was always 3 steps ahead of them. They took that away, and then they kind of they're trying to do their best. But we'll see. I'll give them another shot with season 2.